Hi! This is another button prototype tutorial for Unreal Engine. It covers the new Auto React component, new reactive and passive collision trigger presets, and the attached children to handle option. It also goes beyond simple buttons, using custom meshes to create various movable elements. Let's begin. Start by creating a simple flip button, or use one of the pre-made presets from Blueprints, Presets, Buttons, Folder. Make it rotate on the Y-axis, starting with an offset of 45 degrees, and a total amplitude of -90. The two default states are okay for now. Add an Auto React component to the button. Find it in the Blueprints, Core, folder. This will send the selected action, at the specified interval, to all the buttons in the Send Actions to array. Now, manually add the button to the Send Actions to array, or use the Send Actions to Owner Editor button. Open the Advanced panel. Set the loop value to 0. This means it will loop forever. Alternatively, you can specify the number of times you want the action to repeat. Make sure that Start Automatically is checked. This will start the loop on Begin Play. Otherwise, you need to manually call the PK Start custom event from your blueprints. Now, the button moves on its own, without any player interaction. Next, create a barrier by repurposing some of the meshes from the demo level. Add Machinery Base Mesh as the barrier base, and a button prototype actor. Set the Machinery Element Mesh as the button base, and the Machinery Joint Mesh as the handle. Make it rotate, on the Z-axis, having an initial offset of -90 degrees, and an amplitude of 90. Add another button prototype. Set the same Machinery Joint Mesh as the handle, but this time clear the base mesh. Make it rotate, on the Z-axis, by 90 degrees. Give a meaningful name to the newly added actors, and reparent them. Move the barrier element 2 to the correct position. As you see, by default, they do not move together. Select Barrier Element 1 and check Attach Children to Handle, in the Advanced Setup Components section. This will force the Barrier Element 2 to move together with the Barrier Element 1 handle. Time to add the actual barrier mesh. Position it, rename it, and make it a child of element 2. You need to check Attach Children to Handle on element 2, as well. This is a working barrier. Now, select the flip switch, and go to the Auto React component settings. Add the two barrier elements to the Send Actions to array. Hit play. The Auto React component sends actions to itself and to the barrier joints. Duplicate the barrier and link all elements to the button. Of course, the barriers, or the barrier elements, could listen to each other instead of being activated by the switch, but that is beyond the scope of this tutorial. The last thing to do, is automatically opening the doors, when we get close to them. Each door is actually a button prototype, that can slide on the Y-axis, and has two states, closed and open. Go to Blueprints, Presets, Triggers. You can choose a passive trigger, which means the door will need to listen to it and decide when it opens. Or a reactive trigger, that will directly send actions to the door. We'll go with a reactive trigger for now. Triggers are simple stateful actors that send the preselected action to their iterative state component, either on begin overlap or on end overlap events. The observe react component is already configured to react to the trigger state changes. Add both doors in the send actions to array, and test it out. This was a short overview of the new features in the 1.2 version of the button prototype asset. Thanks for watching.